So I'm continuing to get through all the Chameleon plus toy combos. So in this one we're going to go for television. And what I normally do is I go for the Chameleon plus the toy and then try and get the other pet that most closely resembles the toy into the team as well. And in that case it's going to be the mammoth, which I guess is probably why the television has the ability that it does, because it's a tier 6 toy. It's mimicking something from tier 6 in pack 1. But yeah, I decided to up the difficulty a little bit by requiring myself to also have only wintry pets. So other than the chameleon, of course, which is we're committed to that either way. But everything else I wanted to have winter pets. So we've also got the winter background and the winter hat. I don't normally use this background because it's pretty rough on my eyes, but we'll tolerate it for just one video. Now, the way that Chameleon works with the break toys, so things like flashlight and balloon, is that once it copies the ability, it becomes a faint pet. So it's maybe not immediately obvious that that's how it's going to work, because in the olden days, you could just pill Chameleon in the shop and it would always work on feint. But yeah, it does work on feint with the television. However, it will only happen in battle. So there's no pilling it in the next shop phase or anything like that. Now, here we go, where we get the Chameleon with the improved stat line. It's much better than it used to be. It's still very rarely seen. It was one of those pets that was always seen in customs because of the broken teams that you could make with it, the foam sword spam, for instance. But that doesn't exist anymore, and so it's kind of a fringe unit. It's rarely ever used. But I feel like this team is fairly strong. Once you get the mammoth and the television, the amount of in-battle buffs you're getting is pretty impressive. So we're going to level up the weasel, and we've got the polar bear, which is also nice and thematic. I can't remember if I actually keep it. You see here I unfreeze the crow because I'm going to buff the alpaca. Or maybe I'm not going to buff either of them. Okay, we will freeze the crow. And probably actually, that means that the polar bear is not going to last. But at least it is nice and wintry. It's actually freezing cold here right now. There was heavy snow yesterday. It is starting to melt, but I can't wait for it to warm up, which is unusual because I generally like the wintry weather. So here I actually give up on the clownfish, which I'm a little bit surprised watching this back that I did that. But I really wanted to use the polar bear because it's thematic. We get the mammoth. But I don't actually have the mongoose yet. And you can see there, I decided actually I was going to pass up flying squirrel. I'm not really sure where flying squirrels originate from, but I would imagine maybe not a wintry climate. I'm pretty sure you can get a falcon in a snowy environment. So we'll probably keep that. So yeah, we'll go for the level up on the mammoth. And I think I maybe just take the stingray here to give the chameleon something to copy until we find the mongoose. Yeah, and we're just going to keep buffing the wolf. But I can just buy the base stats wolf and then combine them later on. And yeah, we'll buff the chameleon a little bit. Maybe I should have moved the chameleon in front of the falcon so that it gets even more stats. Eel, pretty unpleasant. And yeah, I think we're going to lose here. Eel plus 4 scalers. I guess moth is only an in-battle scaler, but yeah, not very nice. So is 12-12 enough on the wolf? Or am I going to bring it in? Maybe the fact that I'm on 4 hearts probably means I'm willing to greed a lot longer. We get the mushroom for the mammoth as well, which is very important. Nothing I can steal with the angler. And yeah, nothing there for us. So with the stingray, now I move the chameleon in front of the falcon. And the mammoth, with its strong base stats, although it doesn't have much attack, as soon as you get 1 buff onto it from the stingray, now it's actually potentially going to be able to kill some stuff. This is hilarious here with this blobfish interaction, where we actually regain enough stats to kill the blobfish and then get to level 3 and reset the triggers. That's I can't remember ever actually seeing that happen. I've seen it happen to other people, but that's probably the first time it's happened to me. So here we take the level up, we get the grizzly bear, which is what I wanted to have at the back. It works perfectly with wolf and with falcon. Plus, of course, we have the 1-up on the mammoth. And the mammoth has high health as well, so it could potentially attack twice anyway. Chicken team. And yeah, I think we should be okay here because we are going to be able to copy some pretty good stuff. Yeah, we should... okay, we are going to copy an ant, which isn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but the ants trade, so we will copy another wolf. And yeah, the pigs are just going to trade 1 for 1. So on to 8. But I think now, yeah, I sell the polar bear. I'm sure I'm going to buy the grizzly here. The problem is I don't have the television yet, so I need to find it. And actually I rolled double mongoose in the empty space. That was... I really shouldn't have rolled like that with the shop frozen. I guess I didn't want to waste one of the grizzly bears, but we're actually going to take the 10-10 one and then start leveling up the chameleon, I think. Since it is supposed to be the focus of the video, I'm prioritizing leveling it instead of the grizzly bear. And this is actually hilarious. This team has a zombie fly. So if I had kept the anglerfish frozen, I could have angled the zombie fly here. So I was a little bit disappointed about that. But since they don't really have any equipment, I think it's pretty clear that we're going to win here. Even though the grizzly's not doing very much damage, considering that it's, yeah, how many spawns we actually had. So we'll take the level on the chameleon. And actually, yeah, I'm going to freeze mongoose because since I didn't take flying squirrel this time, if I lose or draw, I'm going to have to sell the grizzly bear and then rebuy it. Which is something I very, very rarely do, but I was kind of sick of taking flying squirrel in these videos every single time. So we're not going to do it here. Now this rhino gets the second melon from the crane. And yeah, although I think the grizzly bear is not going to get enough spawns, yeah, we don't have quite enough. So although it was close, we are going to lose the TV, which means we end up losing out on the 12-12 grizzly plus pineapple. So we have to rebuy the mongoose, and I'm saving the other one just in case the same situation comes up again. And we'll just take the mushroom on the grizzly at the back in case it gets sniped. Again though, I mean the level 1 grizzly isn't doing a lot, so if I'd had flying squirrel and been able to keep the toy alive, it would have been a lot easier on me. But luckily here, I think we face someone who looks like they're going for a level 3 frill dragon. And we copy a stork and yeah, the rest of their squad. I think, you know, it's refreshing to see someone playing a summon team without playing turkey, spinosaurus, vulture. But you can see there, it just, in comparison, it's nowhere near as strong. So there's a little bit of bonus material at the end here, which was actually recorded before that run. I played a few games of this before deciding that I was going to go for the winter theme. So we've actually got the cuttlefish here and the flying squirrel. So in this particular game, I didn't try and just rely on finding the toy pets. And we get the level 2 chameleon ready. But you can see here I'm actually testing something. So the chameleon has mushroom. Now, you may already know that if you have a parrot that copies an ability, and then you put mushroom on it, when the parrot comes back as a 1-1, it will not have the copied ability. And this was me just testing to make sure that the same thing applied to the chameleon, and sure enough, it doesn't come back with the ability that it copied in the shop. So it makes sense, pretty consistent with the way the parrot works. But we win anyway, despite the mushroom not really helping us at all. So I think here I try and find a perk to just replace the mushroom because it's not really relevant. I can't remember. Maybe I'm going to take the stego here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually risk... Yeah, okay, we're going to replace the mushroom, and we're just going to risk that we're going to win this next turn with the last turn of the television. And it matches me with a 50-50 level 3 swan, 50-50 level 2.66 hyena. So the achievement hunters were out in force, but that person was doing it the easier way. And unfortunately here, the television breaks because we've lost to the big scaled up team, and now we have to try and find another mongoose. And I think I'm just going to roll down the whole shop, and I'm not going to find it. So we end up just having to take the stego here. I suppose I could have taken puppy, because then we would weaken 3 pets, but we end up facing another team with multiple 50-50 units. So this is just a 50-50 shop team. Presumably it was something like chicken, whale, and then tiger, maybe to trigger the chicken multiple times, but kind of unusual to see a 50-50 team with summons, really. Usually people just buy tiger, leopard. So that was a lesson learned. There are actually 2 lessons learned, because we confirmed that the mushroom didn't work on the chameleon. Then here's a different one. And this one I actually end up getting the level 2 television, because the mongoose, I managed to find enough of them. We're still going to risk it with no flying squirrel. And one of the things I wanted to try with this setup was having a weak pet at the back, like the rooster is here. The base stats are horrible, but it's going to get so many in battle buffs that actually its ability is going to, be relevant by the time it gets to attack. Unfortunately, here we face an egregious buy-sell team with a double buffalo level 3 owl, so we lose that one. But we are going to look for... Okay, we don't get level 2 on the rooster, but we do still have lives to work with. And I think maybe... I haven't noticed so far, but I think when I first started recording these, I forgot to put waffle in the pack as well. So we've got the level 2 mongoose here, and it really would be a shame to miss out on the level 2 television. So we lose again, and yeah, now we need to find another mongoose or a waffle. Otherwise we have no TV there. So there is the waffle. And level 2 is the difference between having it and not having it. It's pretty extreme, especially for the rooster. But the rooster isn't going to be required because we faced this bizarre team, which I assume is from the Wolf Infinite. But they maybe miscounted their gold or something, and they end up with level 3 zebra and 1 jerboa. So very, very unusual to face a 2-squad team there on turn 16.